Welcome to the Wildfire Logbook. This is entry one of what is going to be hopefully a weekly series as we build Wildfire Gin. Now this is going to include everything from what we do week to week to come up with new ideas, tastings, background things to come up with, community events, but also all the hiccups and mistakes we make along the way. This will be a written format of Logbook 2, but we really wanted to get across and sort of bring you into the story, so we're going to try and do an audio and video format too, so anyone can follow along on any platform. So if you'll bear with me, we'll get started on Logbook entry 1 for Wildfire Gin. Some people start spirits brands with years of industry experience, big budgets and airtight distribution plans. We started with an idea, some quality humans, and no real idea how we were going to get into people's hands. All we knew is that one day this would make for a great story. And that's where we're at. The first part of the story, the establishing shots, the discovery and character setup, the initial plot points all falling into place. Now, we're going to go through this part by part in each one of these segments. The segments, everything's changing constantly. There are parts that feel bizarre right now and ever changing. We're not even sure how we are always selling the gin, but it's going out, and that's great. We started with the idea of a subscription, and that model sort of every quarter rolling out a new flavor. And that's still our dream. That's where we would love to be, to explore something new every quarter. But it turns out doing that from day dot is incredibly hard, and potentially why not everyone tries to bring a quarterly subscription model to their own gin that they are making. So we've pivoted a little bit. We sell one adventure at a time. That's our plan now, selling out an adventure at a time, and then each adventure is funding that next exploration and bringing the subscriptions in once we're nailing that and once we've got those adventures rolling. The next big section is finding the right people against the odds, because you know what? We thought we'd struggle. We thought we'd struggle to find the right people who wanted to help us create such unique, small batch when there were so many people out there trying to fill the gin space already. I personally thought that anyone in the production space would just roll their eyes and think, here comes a bunch of idiots that think they can make something worthwhile, put it into the market. But we've had nothing but the greatest support from people inside the industry, a range of experts ready and willing to help us produce exactly what we wanted, flavor-wise, size-wise, batch-wise, tastings, reproductions, advice, and sort of getting together which flavor profiles might work with what. And because of that, we've already had some great stuff come out. Then we move on to fulfillment. By the skin of our teeth, honestly, is the only way I could really describe it. The actual fulfillment side right now, shipments are being packed on late night after full-time jobs. They're getting out the door as soon as one of our many explorers can action them. And one day we'll do an introduction to all the people that are behind the Wildfire brand. Ad hoc would be the polite way of saying it. By the skin of our teeth is the reality. I guess it's just the way things start, and that's part of the story. But I will take this moment to thank every one of our first adventurers who put down a deposit, who stuck with us through our first delays, and are now supporting us through new releases as we keep improving every day. Thank you. Then, of course, we move into strategy in 3 time zones, at least. To add to the chaos, our team are all explorers by nature. That's sort of how we all got to know each other and came together. And that means we're always traveling. And our strategy meetings often involve 3+ time zones, browsers full of tabs, and a frantic list of to-dos where somehow we're already behind on, even though our next adventure is still in the planning phase, we're always keeping up. By the way, sneak peeks of our first ideas will be coming in the next few weeks, so make sure you stay tuned to see what will be coming next from Wildfire Gin. Now, apparently we're supposed to hide all of this chaos. We're supposed to look polished, established. I've always known what we're doing, but that's not really what Wildfire is about, not what we wanted to create. So I thought I'd quickly cover why we called Wildfire. We called it Wildfire because we wanted to build something that felt real, inspired by an incredible character with an incredible courage. And we will go into that specific character as well, Madge. And we want to inspire new stories, trying new things, exploring further, getting out of comfort zones when everything else these days is so uniform. We didn't want to pretend that we were the 17th generation of a distilling dynasty. We wanted to start something that people could feel part of. And we also wanted to start something that people could help steer the direction of, be part of that story, not just have it be our thing that we force onto others, but include everyone in and build that community. Something that made you want to pack a bag, light a fire, pour a dram, and go somewhere. Something to spark exploration and new stories. And so through this all, we did things, I guess, the wrong way, you could say. And that's sort of where we come down to my favorite section is rule breakers, almost by match. Now, to do all the things we've just talked about, as you can imagine, we've probably broken a few rules of launching a gin company and starting to sell gin. Nothing serious, but things people in the industry might find odd. Rule number 1 is don't launch without everything in place. Many people told us that, and yeah, we didn't do that. We launched with 2 gins, 1 limited release, and 1 signature bottle, and a really basic website, honestly. No PR agency, no investors, no perfect product photography, no big campaign. We had bits of all these things. We've had incredible people who have helped us with bits of all these things, but really we just had a belief that we could make something worth sharing. And the kind of story that would spread if we stay honest and built it from the inside out. Somehow people have still been able to find us, even though we didn't start with everything in place. People have brought out gin, and people did in fact receive it and love it. And we're so thrilled that people have been loving it. And by the way, keep sending in your feedback. We loved hearing it. Either follow us on Instagram, Wildfire Gin, or email us at info@wildfiregin.com. We'd love to hear any of your feedback. Rule number 2, don't talk too much about the messy bits. That's the real story, and that's what we're here to tell. People are smart. They can tell when your brand is polished to the point it's lost all character, and we'd rather be real exactly as we are. And that means sharing when we're scrambling to pack boxes and fast enough, showing you behind the scenes of sourcing our botanicals, testing new blends we're excited about, good or bad, and being upfront when something doesn't go to plan. For instance, like our subscription model or our shipping deadlines. Because the truth is, we're not a big brand. We're not some generational backstory. We're a new story, and as I said earlier, this is just the first exciting act. And rule number 3, stick to your lane. Nah, we don't really think so. We're not just trying to make great gin, though we are obsessed with doing that. Sorry if that point hasn't come across strongly enough so far in this story, but we are all obsessed with gin. That is a big part of why we've made this. But we're going to make this fun. Make this an adventure. Make this something we can all enjoy. Go beyond standard recipes and online funnels and explore every idea we can together. Heck, we're not even entirely attached to gin. Again, we love it. And I mean, we love and always will be our focus because that is the sort of start of this passion. But we've been chatting through other ideas like rum or schnapps or pisco. You can say. When it comes to sticking to our lane, we'd rather break that rule and build something bigger. A brand that encourages people to explore, whether it be the outdoors or new rituals or new tastes, new ideas. A product that connects with people through stories and settings, not just cocktail recipes and bars. A community of curious, creative, adventurous people who don't want their drinks or their lives to all be the same. They want something to be a story from that. And so we want to partner with the makers, the adventurers, the storytellers. We want our gin to come with a bit more meaning, not just botanicals and a PR twist. And in time, we want to host real-world gatherings in wild places, whether it be fires, rivers, hills, hideaways. We want to be out there with you to share incredible stories and bring you further into ours. So what's next? The logbook is going to be one way we stay connected as we build this thing. One way we keep track of the story as we go. We'll post updates, thoughts, what we're experimenting with, what worked, what didn't, and definitely a few mistakes we make along the way. Plus, there'll also be behind scenes, interviews with the team, and we'll try and really bring you into who we are in the story as we go. But mostly, we'll be sharing where we are going and why. Because this isn't just about what's in the bottle, it's about everything around it. That's the point of why we started Wildfire. The story, the spirit of exploration, and we want to spark that in everyone else that we can. Now, if you're here for that, welcome. You're in early, the fire's just starting. Grab a seat, pour yourself a dram, and get ready for one heck of a story.